The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather around the pit with your hosts, Johnny Maggs and Greg the Barbecue Broker DiGiorgio. Let's talk barbecue.
Woo! What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you normally talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by the Barbecue Broker. What's up, dude?
3 shirts, 2 towels.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
3 shirts, 2 towels.
3 shirts, 2 towels is what I went through smoking meats today on the 500-gallon in the sun.
Well, I'm on 3 pairs of underwear, 18 bottles of water, 2 shirts.
You had me at underwear.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
What's up, dude? It's
It is hot as
sticky,
blazes
swamp-ass type day out there today.
Whoo! What did we say, 102?
102 when I just pulled in.
Pulled in? Man, it's
Unbelievable.
It's hot. It's hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, I just over buddies today. A local barbecue joint just got a nice offset he had built in Texas. He just wanted some tips on how to use that bad boy. We just did a test cook on it today, and it went fantastic. But it was hot. Hell yeah. What are you doing over there?
I'm just
Don't
drawing.
pretend you know how to write. What do you got going on?
Nothing.
You can just draw. You're a picture guy. What do you got?
Hey, you know. Let's see. Bill Z, Dutch. What's happening, boys?
What's up, gentlemen?
Todd, what's happening? Claudia, hello. Let's get into it. What do we got? Today is brought to you by
Uncle Steve's Shake. Are you ready, Chrissy? Let's go.
No, I'm testing you.
You ever wonder? Let's go. I don't need it, Chrissy.
Yeah, I want to see
Chrissy,
if you can do it.
why does one of your neighbors never have people at his house for barbecues? No one ever shows up. But the other guy, people are lined up to get into his backyard. What's the difference, Chrissy?
Because your neighbor's using Uncle Steve's shakes.
And apparently
And
the
you're
other
not.
guy's not, which means one thing. You better get you some right now. Uncle Steve's Shake is handmade, uses only the finest ingredients, and comes in over 10 amazing flavors.
Including?
The competition, the newly renamed competition line, the new South Texas Red, the dessert shake. We could go on. Visit the website. If you could eat it, Uncle Steve has a shake for it. If you have any shake questions, Uncle Steve has fantastic customer service. It'll answer all your shake questions. So it's time to take your backyard game to the next level and your competition game with Uncle Steve Shake. Shake some on everything.
Everything.
Everything. And today's episode also brought to you by
Two Guys Smoke Shop and twoguyscigars.com. Whether we were barbecuing or not, we always keep the smoke rolling thanks to our friends at twoguyscigars.com. Today we are smoking the C.O. Jones, which I am not smoking because I am not getting sick in this weather.
I heard it was a very strong, spicy, not just spicy, but headstrong cigar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Since
much.
we're doing it live, gotta be careful.
C.O. Jones, put those all together and you got cojones. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this got some
And you got to have
problems to it.
cojones to smoke those on the air. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Thanks to our friends at twoguyscigars.com. We get to smoke some of the best cigars in the world, and so can you. Simply go to the number 2guyscigars.com for your perfect barbecue companion. That's the number 2guyscigars.com.
also today's episode brought to you by Backline Smokers. Backline Fabrication and Smokers out of Austin, Texas. Mr. Ryan Newland. You guys, if you're looking for a live fire tool or you're looking for a fantastic offset smoker, you got to check Ryan out. You know, a lot of these big pit builders in Texas, a lot of them, when you buy a pit, a lot of times they come off the production line all looking the same. Not one pit looks the same coming out of Ryan's shop. He fabricates every square inch on these smokers himself, which to me speaks volumes. And you know what? Brother Alton last week, he said it best. You know, Ryan will take the time to actually talk to you. There you go. He'll actually talk to you, get to know you, And without even knowing, he's pulling bits and pieces out of the conversations, and they end up on your smoker. I mean, the guy is genius. So if you're looking for a live fire tool or an awesome offset smoker, I think the possibilities are absolutely endless. Check out Ryan Newland, Backline Fabrication and Smokers out of Austin, Texas. Check him out at backlinefabrication.com. And I think we're also brought to you by one more new family member.
CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. The last and only cutting board you will ever need. Ian Hemming puts out a product with these cutting boards that are beyond any type of scale. These things take an absolute beating, and they stay and look beautiful. All handmade right here in the USA. Not anywhere, right here in the great state of Texas. The dishwasher board, the brisket board, the soon-coming pizza board. You will not
Love the
be
pizza board.
disappointed in the quality and craftsmanship of these boards. He has really thought of everything that you would need using a cutting board.
True story.
So check them out at CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. That is the letter R, us.com. Speaking of the great state of Texas, let's jump back in there. Let's see here. We got TD. What's up, brother? Big Rome, Lep, Gray.
What's up, gentlemen?
Randy, what's happening? So I'm excited about today. We got a very dear friend of mine coming on. It's going to be great to talk to him. So let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
From Galindo's Texas Barbecue and Ric's Barbecue and Specialties. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only brother Ric Galindo.
What's up,
What's
dude?
up, brother?
Not a lot, fellas. How y'all doing?
Excellent.
We're sweating here, brother.
it's
We're
hot.
sweating.
It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah. Welcome to Texas weather.
I'll trade you some of that rain for a couple of these degrees.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's coming again. It's coming again. It's been raining cats and dogs off and on the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's fixing to come down right now. I can hear it.
Come working its
sir.
way on. So what's happening, brother? Looks like you got one of the barrels up and running right behind you.
Yeah, I got some yard bird, got some leg quarters cooking for dinner.
Nice.
You know, by the time we get off of here, it'll be ready to eat.
Perfect.
So just chillaxing. Got the day off. Took the day off just till I can be here with you guys.
Atta boy.
Oh,
Thank
dude,
you.
Appreciate that.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it, man.
So, Ric, anybody who doesn't know you, follow you know, the YouTube channel and all, who is Ric Galindo? What is Galindo's Texas Barbecue and Ric's Barbecue and Specialties? How'd you get your start in the barbecue world?
Well, at a young age, following my pops, my dad was the go-to man in the family for barbecue. You know, weddings, parties. He was the go-to guy, and cooking old school stick burners. Type of guy that didn't have thermometers, temp gauges, or anything back then. Just walk up to the pit and touch it, and he knew what temperature it was. And, back then, from chopping firewood, stacking firewood, handing them firewood, bringing him cold beer, just at that young age, probably around 10 years old, and just following him ever since then. Really how I got started in it, in learning how to cook and pay attention, that kind of stuff. YouTube, started my YouTube channel about 2 years ago, and just having fun with it. Was lucky enough to get picked up by Dan Arnold and Suckle Busters. Was a big fan of Suckle Busters for a long time. Was using it in my videos, and Dan kind of reached out back and forth through their website. At the time, they had a barbecue forum, barbecue page, and clicking on there, long story short, it was a good fit. So he wanted to sponsor me on that. And love Suckle Busters, man. Good products, Digging Uncle Steve stuff too. I'm not going to say.
No. Hashtag Team Suckle Busters. We all know.
That's it.
Barbecue love right there.
Dan has
long.
killer.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Killer products.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
The whole line
for
is
sure.
The
unbelievable.
combo that you put together
Oh, for the ribs.
for the ribs is pretty damn good. With the competition, the hoochie mama
Competition rub with the hoochie mama, dusted with the sugar daddy.
at the end.
Then glazed with the competition glaze.
Which was
That's a winner every time.
which was the Smoky Mountain Blues hog and the
No,
Tennessee Red, or what do we use for the glaze?
Suckle Busters.
Oh yeah,
Competition.
Oh, that's right. We went the whole Suckle Busters,
glaze.
the whole thing. That was damn good. So
Yeah.
great products. Yeah, great products.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, and you
So
gotta
now
love
been doing that for the channel now going on 2 years. Retired in the oil field after 30 years.
Wow.
Called it quits. Always wanted to do the barbecue sales, really wanted a brick and mortar, but it made more sense to do the food truck, especially when COVID was starting to happen, right when I retired. Well, long story short, I wound up moving to Baja, California, in Tecate, Mexico, actually, home of the brewery where they brew Tecate beer, which was another point of me wanting to make that move,
Yeah.
get close to that fresh beer. But now selling barbecue and introducing Texas-style brisket ribs to the residents of Mexico, it was crazy. They never had it before, never seen it before.
Yeah.
Now, flavors, I say true to Texas. The fact that there was mesquite wood available, but there was no post oak out there. No post oak. There was a lot of red oak. Red oak is really good for barbecue.
That's what we have. That's what we use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's really plentiful here in the Northeast. That's pretty much all I use is red oak and cherry.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Tell me what you think the difference is between post oak, which I had the opportunity recently to sniff and
Last week.
and cook with, because a friend of mine ordered some online, whether it was actual real post oak or some guy in Texas.
Well, when you almost
back
burnt the
porch
studio
cut
down.
into squares, but what do you think the difference between red and post oak are?
To me, the post oak is a milder aroma, milder smoke. You can definitely smell the two if you're burning them, side by side. Of course, the red oak's a little bit hardier. I dig it totally. I mean, it's good stuff.
Do you smell the sweetness?
The post oak is a little milder, a little sweeter. Yeah.
But you smell the sweetness in that red oak? Because I pick up on that sweet note in red oak when I'm cooking with it, and it translates into the somehow into the brisket really, really well. So that's what makes these regional, barbecue somewhat regional in a lot of ways, right? Because you have, you cook with the resources that you're available with. So what makes the Texas barbecue, Central Texas barbecue anyway, is that they have a plentiful post oak, right? And you go down to the south, it'll be more mesquite, right? And then pecan on another end or whatever, right? So So that's I love it. I think that's phenomenal. So you start using some red oak, and people are just eating it up in Mexico.
Oh, they were loving it. And we were rocking out. We were selling out. Wasn't making tons of meats. We're cooking maybe 3-4 briskets on a weekend, selling out ribs especially. But back again, right where COVID was starting back then, and meat supplies became kind of scarce. Brisket prices went up. So we had to kind of pull back on that. Got more into the pulled pork. Pulled pork sandwiches. Guys were totally digging that stuff out there. It was just crazy. It was crazy. Did well. Didn't want to leave, honestly. Was having fun. But I got 3 girls, and they weren't happy out there. They weren't digging the scene, and wanted to come back to San Antonio. Miss their grandmother, miss their cousins and family and friends, and we promised them a year when we went out there. We said, we'll give it a year and we'll see how it goes. And they checked me on my statement and says, well, it's been a year. We're ready to go back home. And a man of my word, I said, all right, let's pack it up. Back in San Antonio, we are. Unfortunately, now I've got a barbecue truck, a restaurant almost on every corner, so the competition is fierce. But we got a good following. We got a good following on Facebook. And, family and friends that back us up and support us, and we're having fun. We're having fun. So doing that, and got my line of rubs out that I've been pushing. Not as hard as I can or I should be. It's more of a hobby. There you go. Dealing again with Dan at Sucker Busters. It was kind of his idea. He talked to me one day. We were had a little powwow, and said, "Hey, you need to sell some rubs off that truck. Help market that food truck." And I said, "You know what? That's a dang good idea." So, long story short, came up with that Texas Trinity first, which is a salt, pepper, garlic, and onion based rub.
Well, now that you mention it, let me just
Hold on, put that away.
Why?
Because put that away. That's not the one we're talking about right now.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a professional right here. I know
There
this.
you go.
This says it's salt, pepper, garlic on steroids.
So what is this really thick
It
white
is
stuff? What is that?
awesome.
Onion flake.
I was gonna say that
Onion
looks like
flake, and
onion
you got
flake.
garlic in there too. It's an SVG with onion, basically.
On steroids.
On steroids. Yes, sir. My brother James over at Aim 'em and Claim 'em.
James Pavia, baby.
When I first introduced him to that rub on my old first bottles, he used it in a cook, and he commented, says, "Rick, this is SVG on steroids." And I said, "I got you." So I put that on the label, and with his permission, of course. And went from there.
How's
And I've
the
been getting calls from customers who bought it, said they put it on. I mean, it's an all-purpose SPGO. Put it on pork, beef, chicken, fish, vegetables, eggs.
Yep.
a good all-purpose should be?
I use it on breakfast on the Blackstone all the time between on the eggs, the home fries, hash browns.
I'll
dust a little bit on
100%.
there. It's fantastic.
I'll tell you something. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Claudia loves, absolutely loves it. Puts anytime she's cooking meat in the house, she goes right to that. Between that and the Uncle Steve's, the sweet and spicier, those are her two definite go-tos. But
Go.
mashed potatoes with that is out of this world.
And you can tell a real all-purpose when you put it on eggs. I'll tell you, I hate sweetness on eggs. If there's going to be any food that pulls the sweetness out of a rub, in my opinion, eggs.
Yeah.
If you put it on it and the sweet, that means it's too sweet and it's not all-purpose. But this seems really balanced. If this goes good on eggs, it's true all-purpose in my. And not that that's the whole end-all be-all, but in my opinion, you can't put anything too sweet on. And some people call it an all-purpose, but it's too sweet. So if it's too sweet or too peppery or too salty for anything, that's not an all-purpose.
Yeah.
It's going to be balanced.
Right. Yes, sir. And Brother Dan, he told me, he said, you can get anybody to buy a bottle of rub, right? But if they come back and buy another bottle, then you got something good.
Yeah.
Now,
And I've actually been blessed that I've had return customers on both those bottles. So
is Suckle
pretty
Busters,
cool.
are they co-packing for you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir, they are.
And then we have the beef hog is what you have in your hand right now.
Which is an interesting name.
And that came, how'd the name come up on that?
Well, again, not wanting to have too many rubs, right? Just to push. I was kind of going with something that went well on beef as well as pork.
There you go.
Beef hog, and it actually goes good on chicken too. But it's a decent rub. I sell more of the Trinity than the beef hog, but it's still getting it out there.
I like it.
So.
Yep.
It's got a great color to it.
It does.
Actually, I use the two on brisket and pork butts. Start off with a layer of the Texas Trinity, that SPGO, then come back with the second layer of the
for the color
beef hog.
Yep.
Yeah, and that gives it a little more spice, a little more bite, and of course that color. It's a good combination. Just those two bottles.
It is a good combo, and it's good that you get the SPG in there first. Get right deep down into that thick meat, and come over with the color aspect of it. Nice,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
That's freaking.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, dude.
Good stuff.
Hell
Good
yeah.
hobby.
We got a great question from the in the chat room here, Rick. It's a gentleman by the name of Steve Brown. Asked what your wife's favorite seasoning is.
Yeah, gator shake. Yeah,
That's my kids' favorite seasonings. They love it.
I had a story with that, and I fessed up, and I told Steve about it on one of my lives. Was that I'm using my rubs all the time. Got the Trinity, got the beef hog.
Yep.
You know? Well, Steve had sent me a couple of sample bottles, and tried it on some chicken, and she liked it. Wife really liked it, and kids liked it. Everybody liked it. Week or so later, made some more chicken, used my rubs on it, and first words out of her mouth was, "Are you out of gator shake?"
No.
I was about ready to drive her back to Houston, where Steve lives, and just drop her off. So,
I'll tell you something. You try that gator shake on corn on the cob.
oh yeah, okay.
Some butter, and some gator shake, some butter. Woohoo! It's got that lime in there. It's got that the paprika or the chili powder he puts in there. Just delicious. Just
That sounds
delicious.
killer.
What's up,
Gonna have to give it
Claudia?
a shot.
Hi, Claudia.
Yeah, so the rubs are going well for you. Like I said, they're phenomenal. I like I said, this is the first time I've tried the beef hog, but I've had a couple times with the Texas Trinity, and like I said, it is definitely one of the go-tos in my house for sure. You know, and it's definitely it is. It's SPG on steroids, hands down.
good.
Hands down. You
It's like a full-bodied SPG.
Yes.
You think like a Chianti, like, oh, what makes this Chianti or this Cabernet different from this Cabernet? Well, this one's a little bit more full-bodied. This has got more levels, more layers than your typical SPG.
Oh, listen to
There
sommelier
you go.
over here.
Very cool. I hope you guys dig it, man. We put it on some protein.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So, like you said, we had talked, it was funny because when you were saying when you were in Mexico, it was going good. And there's proof. You'd go live, and it'd be like, hold on, I got an order coming in. And he'd jump right over.
Yeah.
The guy said, called up ahead of time, and, they were calling in, can I get this? Make sure you still have it. By the time I get out of work, you were absolutely crushing it. And everyone down there was loving it. Absolutely,
Yeah.
which was great.
It was fun and it was cool. One thing about Mexico is you're allowed to sell food, products, whatever, right out of your house.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
You didn't really have to be on a business side, business district, or permits. Or you didn't have to have a permit, but
You don't need to prep
it was-
kitchens or a commissary, so to speak.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, we had plenty of room. We were right on a corner, busy intersection. And actually, right across the street from us was a tortilla factory, right, where they made fresh tortillas, sold fresh tortillas. So people would come get tortillas, come across the street and grab some brisket, and make some tacos or whatever, I had the same thing, it's just right there. Never had to leave the house. Everything was right there in the driveway. It was pretty nice setup. It was pretty cool.
Now, that's the definition of location.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhat. But
Yeah.
it was very cool. And like I say, being back here now in San Antonio doing this, it's a little different. Talking about the heat, we've been shut down for a few weeks. I'm actually having an air conditioner installed in my trailer.
There you go.
It's been so damn hot and humid without that AC in there. It's tough. So I said, you know what? Time out. Let's get this organized and get straightened out and
Yep.
get that installed and then get back to business. So
How many days a week are you going out on the food truck?
I'm actually only doing it 2 days a week right now, or was. Saturday evenings and then Sunday all day till we
Okay.
sell out.
Okay.
So I got a part-time job. I'm actually working at a store called BBQ Outfitters, selling grills, selling smokers, Big Green Egg, Traegers.
I heard that name
Yoders,
recently. Someone talked about that recently.
selling grills part-time, selling
Yeah.
barbecue part-time, selling rubs part-time, doing
Yeah.
YouTube. It's all barbecue, man. Loving it. Living the dream.
That's amazing. How does your brisket prices right now?
Shoot, $4.99 a pound for choice.
We're at I'm paying like almost $5.50 a pound for prime.
Yeah.
I'm picking up tomorrow. I'm picking up 2 cases tomorrow, and it's like brutal. So for these pop-ups, right? Just like you're popping up, right? At your with your food truck and your spot or whatever, you don't know how much food you're going to actually go through. So you have to guess. Unlike a catered event where you're like, 100 people, I know exactly what I need. You have to guess. So even ribs are coming at a premium now, $4.99 or close to $5 a pound. You're not cooking ribs and brisket and going to a pop-up and maybe selling it or having, you don't want to risk having any leftover. So I know for myself, and I can only imagine for you, it's been a lot of pulled pork lately.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of pulled pork.
Damn sure.
And I know a lot of other guys that are going through that too.
Yeah. No, and actually, been lucky too now that I'm doing a lot of pre-orders, whole briskets. Sell you a whole brisket, sell you a whole racks of ribs, just doing it like that instead of selling sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So
what does a whole brisket go for these days? What would you sell a whole brisket? Like how big is the brisket you're selling? Somewhere between 10 and 12 or something at the end?
Pre-cooked 14-pound prime for $130.
Wow.
$130.
400? You said
130.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 400. I was like, whoa. So $130. Damn.
Yeah.
And
130.
Yeah. And you should be charging more for that because brisket prices have gone through the goddamn roof.
Well, yeah, that was when they were $2.29 a pound.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
$2.29.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I did Father's Day briskets. I did 8 of them. I sold them at $2.25 each, cooked each, somewhere between 10 and 12 pounds. You know,
wow.
And I had about 20 tickets available. We sold out about half. I did a little less than half. It was 8, but it's a commitment. But I had 8 people wanted them. People have been asking me for them. But I was like, guys, I know I talked about doing briskets for Father's Day, but they have more than doubled in price. I don't think you guys are going to be comfortable spending what I'm going to ask you for.
Yeah, I don't think I could get $2.25 for a brisket.
Yeah, I didn't sell more than 8 of them, but 8 people wanted them bad enough, and that I couldn't let them go for anything less than that. They were at 200. But
if anything, with the math, I was figuring around 160 to 170, maybe.
You got to be getting at least 2 bills. I think you can get 2. Well, maybe see where you are. It's different because there's a lot of barbecue food trucks around.
A lot of others.
We don't really have that.
And there's a lot of restaurants, that are buying in bulk and giving that discounted price.
Yeah. That's
the main deal.
We don't have that competition here, so that's
pulled pork. It's crazy down here. We have a good following in our pulled pork, whereas there's a lot of trailers and stuff around here that don't sell pulled pork.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it's just it wasn't or not popular. I don't know, but we've been selling a lot of it. And that's with the homemade, vinegar sauce, and I got my own barbecue sauce, tomato-based sauce, get a little spice to it. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, it goes really good with the pulled pork, and guys are digging that too. So,
hell yeah,
it's been fun.
Oh, do you sell the sauce? You bottle and sell the sauce too?
No, not yet.
Not
just
yet.
Messing around with that.
I like the yet word.
Here. Putting it
it's
out
on the
there,
way.
Maybe we'll see.
Cider, what's up, brother? Yeah. Cider says
can imagine.
USDA brisket costs a fortune here in the UK.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, the price on that, it's got to be insane.
It's too much.
Yeah. And then Uncle Steve says, please make sure that Rick knows
I was
that
just going to say, yep.
You and a guest are invited to be his guest in Houston in late February.
Oh, okay.
For the Houston rodeo.
Cool. Don't say it!
Oh, what? Why?
Because we're not going to jinx me this year.
Oh, I don't live by jinxing.
I do, because it runs hand in hand with me. Trust me.
Well, not me, so I'm fine.
I'm not going to say that H word.
Ho?
No, the other one.
Oh.
H-O-R.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to offend you. You right over there?
Wait, you calling me a hoe now?
No! God! Dude, put words in your own mouth, why don't you?
Well, the word doesn't offend me, but you're like, sorry, Chrissy, I wasn't trying to offend you.
Because you looked at me, I said ho, and she went, She looked. I didn't know if
No,
that was like your middle name or.
I'm all found
what's up,
it.
brother?
I'm all found it funny that you thought it was an offensive word.
I'm only teasing.
So Rick,
I did.
what are some of the gems you got going on behind you? Like we can see the drum going right now, but what else is in the arsenal?
Well, I got that UDS cooker there built myself. I've got a second UDS back behind the trailer here. The big tank behind you there, it's a 175-gallon-ish propane tank. Homemade smoker that actually got built in Ensenada, Mexico. Brought back with me.
Cool.
That smoker there here in Texas would probably run $2,500 to $3,000. I got that built in Mexico for $800.
Oh my God!
And I was not going to leave it. So I brought it.
Hell no.
I've got an Old Country stick burner here next to it.
Oh.
A couple of
What do you have? Brazos? The Brazos?
Yeah, the Brazos.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of Green Mountain Grill pellet grills, the Daniel Boone and Jim Bowie.
Okay.
Digging pellet grills, was never a fan. I was kind of anti-pellet for a long, long time.
Yep.
Until I got one that was sent to me by GMG and put it to its paces, and thing's a lifesaver. I mean, it turns out good food. I'm not going to talk bad about it. The only time I did have a problem with pellet cookers is in competition.
Okay.
You can't put a pellet cooker up against a gentleman who's spending all night, up all night, tending a stick burning fire.
On a Jambo or something.
And, and just call himself a pit master, running a pellet. It's just, that's a whole nother story, but
Yep.
I've got two now, so I can't talk too much smack. But
they have their application, right? They have their application, I think, like every smoker does. What do you smoke with on the? What's your for your truck? What do you use to? Do you have a smoker mounted on your food truck or in it, or what? How do you do it?
No. Everything's cooked here,
Okay.
on site, and then it's taken in warmers or crock pots and kept warm, served warm, and set up good to go. As soon as
So you use a variety of smokers at your house right now?
Yeah.
A variety so you can cook on your stuff there, and you have a preferred smoker to go to, like a catering smoker. You kind of spread them around depending on what the meat is.
Just depending on proteins. The big cooker back here, that one's a rib cooker. Mm-hmm. I can get close to 20 racks on it depending on the size.
Okay.
All at one time, and if it's good. Briskets go on the Brazos. I put briskets on the drum smokers, pork butts on the drum smokers as well. I can get 4 on each pretty easily.
On the drum smokers?
Yeah.
So you cook it in the middle?
Middle and top.
Middle and top.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Got space back in here.
No shit. So you cook it obviously fat side down on everything, or at least the bottom ones? Fat side?
Right, yeah, and I got a deflector plate down there too.
Oh, so that's the key. Without that deflector
right.
plate, you think you'd char on the middle grate on the drum?
Oh, it'd be toast.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
So
that works great. So you got the deflector plate.
Yes, sir.
Which I bet acts as a nice, when the meat drips onto it too. My sizzles right up, and that flavor comes right back up into the meat.
And those drum cookers, I tell you what, they're next best thing to using a pellet cooker as far as set it and forget it. And once you get that charcoal basket loaded and fire lit, you can get a 14-hour burn on that thing easily.
And those give off a great flavor profile when it comes to, because you're always saying, charcoal wood, and what's better than charcoal wood? If you get any better, it would be all wood, stick burner or whatever. But I've had some phenomenal food off of barrels, and they seem to be sweeping, all the rage in the competition world. People using barrels all over the place lately.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. Convenience, moving them around a lot easier. And once you, like I say, set it and forget it. Once you get it going, I built my own. I had 3 at one time. I left one in Mexico. A good buddy, really liked it, and like I said, good friend. So I left it there with him.
That's cool.
I just built me another one.
Yeah,
and, get the time. So we'll see how it goes. But loving it, man.
Nice. Brother Eric is in the house, Camp House. What's up, brother?
Robert Marvin, dude, what's up?
Kent, you're jumping ahead. Stop reading my notes. Damn it. So, my quasi co-host Kent
Esteemed colleague.
asked Rick about his pit boss experience because you're very happy with the pellets now with the Jim Bowie and the Daniel Boone.
You're an auger guy now.
But-
That's fine. We get it.
But that pit boss almost proved the way you were thinking before.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I call it a pit loss.
Oh,
It was
what happened there?
it was a Copperhead series cabinet cooker, kind of like a little refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, open it up, about yay high.
Clear door, right?
Right.
Yep.
Glass door. Perfect for what I was wanting to do, food truck wise. I could get 8 pork butts in that thing, easy. 4 cooks. It lasted 4 cooks on the on the 4th cook. I mean, the temperatures would spike. I'd have it set at 250, walk away, come back, and it's at 300. It's at 350, even 400 degrees. It started doing that for a few times. Then it would throw these error codes and shut itself off at a low temperature. It was running 250. All of a sudden, it shut down. ERH code. I'm like, what the hell is an ERH code? Come back and look. Find out through them that it's saying it's too hot when it wasn't. Long story short, and many calls back and forth through pit loss people or dancing services. Basically, they were telling me the parts they were going to be sending me. Oh, there's a beer truck. Parts they were going to be sending me was going to take 8 to 12 weeks.
Did you just say beer truck? You have a beer truck backing up to your house right now? I am so jealous.
Wait, what?
Gotta love COVID, right?
Beer truck?
Gotta love COVID.
What?
So 8 to 12 weeks on replacement parts and what have you. I said, nah, screw this. So I took it back where I got it, got my money back. GMG, Green Mountain Grills, caught wind of the video that I put out showing my frustrations and asked me if I'd take a grill that, would work better and would really work. And I said, yeah. I said, I'll run it and test it and see what it does. And it's been foolproof. I've got well over 100 cooks on that unit right now with not one problem. Yeah.
That's great. Local barbecue place around here, that's all they sell is Green Mountains for pellets. He says he won't sell any other brand, but
that's what
Green Mountains.
Steve Ray at the Owl's Nest. That's what he.
Green Mountains.
Green Mountains.
They're not the most aesthetically pleasing pellet smokers that I've seen. At least some of the older models I've seen.
Well, do you want it to cook or you want it to look nice?
Well, can I have a little bit of freaking both, please?
No.
Why?
Because
Who says your smoker can't be sexy? Right. I mean, you're sexy. Yeah. Why can't I have a sexy smoker? Damn it.
Because I'm way
the
too
original
sexy
units
for you, baby.
were ugly in the fact that they had these real skinny legs. They just looked like chickens.
Big
chicken legs.
tops. Like they look like like those things that walked around in Star Wars,
The newer units, they beefed them up quite a bit.
Yeah.
And, the wheels are a lot bigger, a lot tougher. Frames a lot sturdier.
But if I said, Brother Rick, I want you to cook me the best brisket that you can cook, what would you cook it on?
Probably that yellow drum
right there. I was going to say that yellow drum right there.
Yeah.
Good.
Probably that yellow drum right there. I'll throw one on the Green Mountain Grill and come out just as good. And I'll do that only if I'm not wanting to mess with it. I've got other stuff going on, But the good old-fashioned, that yellow drum is just as kick-ass as any other unit cooker out there.
Do you use a pellet tube, a smoke tube, in your pellet smoker, or do you feel it gives enough smoke as it is?
No, actually, I do. Not all the time, but I'd say 80% of the time.
Okay, good to
know.
Now,
one thing I will do that I found with that is the pellet tube itself. Don't put pellets in it. Put wood chips. Wood chips in the pellet tube will burn a lot better and give a lot heartier smoke and better smoke to your cooker.
That's a good little pro tip right there.
Yes, sir.
So Rick, when we had talked the other day, you said there might have been an announcement for today? You were going to find out. I didn't want to jump the gun.
Still working on it.
Still working on it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Like you weren't busy enough with everything you do.
Right.
So this round on. Oh, so that's good. That's good. Oh, what the hell was the other one? Damn it. Oh, and I also could not find out any information on the Applewood as far as Mexico goes.
Oh,
Because on one of your lives, this was
I remember this.
a while ago,
yeah.
someone had told you that Applewood was illegal in Mexico.
What?
And I couldn't find a damn thing on it.
Why would it be illegal in Mexico? What is it about it that makes it illegal?
Hey, man, you don't mess with Mexico when it comes to the
I
federales.
have no idea. I have no, unless there's some sort of parasite in that wood.
Endangered
they're afraid
species
of
wood or
bringing
something?
over. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All I know is when we first moved out there, I had a couple bags and of the Applewood labels on there. And a couple guys had come over and seen it and told me, hey, you better be careful with that stuff. Don't throw your bags out by the street. If you have it out by your truck and happen to have, the policías come by or federales stop in, you could get yourself in trouble. Wow. And I took them for word for what they said, and I had a couple other people because I went back and asked a few others, and they said, "Yeah, it's illegal out here."
It wasn't coming from like another local barbecue guy whose niche is only using Applewood. So he
Right.
sent the guy over and go, "Yo, you can't be using that."
No.
Crazy shit's
like
happened
that.
though. Crazy
But,
shit's happened.
I didn't use it too much anyway, here and there a little bit.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't use a ton of it. I'm not happy about the rounds. Get a lot of rounds. I don't think they catch or burn as good unless you get, Home Depot dried up, bags. But, when you get in seasoned Applewood, it could smoke. It can smoke a little bit. I'm more of a cherry guy. I like the splits. I like the flavor and the color cherry gives. Yeah. Cherry and oak, baby. That's my go-to right there.
Rick, Randy from Big Salinas wants to know, what's your preferred pellets to use?
Ooh, good question, Randy.
Oh, pellets. I like the B&B brand.
Okay.
Of course, I've been a B&B guy for a long time. I've tried a Lumberjack, will probably be second favorite. Traeger's not too bad. I've been playing around with some Traegers now. It's what we sell at the store, so I'll grab a bag and bring those home more out of convenience. But the B&B pellets are good. The post oak pellets are surprisingly, really good.
Post oak pellets.
And hickory. I like hickory pellets as well.
Post oak pellets. Didn't even know they would make that. I didn't know B&B was really in the pellet game. I didn't know that.
Didn't have a choice.
I'm just recently, I'm loving my B&B lump charcoal I'm getting. I didn't even know that the Ace Hardware in my town carried it. I was driving a half an hour to pick up a bag. Now I only have to drive 5 minutes. Like, it burns so much cleaner than like Royal Oak. You get that nice white ash.
Well, that was
any good charcoal, Jealous Devil, B&B, right? You get just a nice white burn out of it.
Right.
Rather than that, like,
any of the
darker.
charcoal companies gotta, had to go roll the
pellet
right?
dice. And it was just like a nice cigar, nice white ash, nice clean ash versus a junky cigar, the dirtier burn, the dirtier ash. You know about dirty ashes. Moving on.
This shit, and he has no clue of why a cigar has a white ash.
What are you talking about? Why?
The color of the ash is a direct response to the
Enlighten me.
nutrients in the soil of said country.
Okay, well,
That's how the ash is.
show me where that's written, because I don't believe a word you're saying right now.
We'll go talk to the boss man after this.
I will. We'll talk.
Sounded good.
No, it's a fact.
Whatever.
It's a fact. But Rick, brother, thank you so much, man. This has been a blast.
100%.
Where can everyone find you on all the social media platforms?
YouTube, it's Rick's BBQ and Specialties. It's at Rick's, apostrophe S, the and sign, BBQ and Specialties. And under Galindo's Texas Barbecue, it's actually under my name, Ricardo Galindo, on Facebook. It's under Ricardo Galindo. You'll see the logo back there.
Right there.
On there, same logo that's on the bottles. And that's pretty much it. I am on Instagram, but I really haven't been posting there like I should. It's just pretty much Facebook and YouTube. Just hanging out there.
Nice.
Awesome. Awesome.
And by the way, that's a nice license plate in the top right corner there. I like
You
that
see that
one.
there?
I like
You see
that
it?
one. I'm a fan of that one in particular.
There you go.
I have one that looks just like it.
Yeah, I bet you do. And if Greg is aware of all the plates back here,
Yeah. Like I see
story
'em.
behind the
No.
story behind the license plates is
Yeah.
those are actually most of them all YouTube channels. Like Mr. Mags himself sent me one.
No shit.
I've had a few others on there. Basically, send me a license plate, put your channel name on there, autograph it, and I'll slap it up there on the wall.
Oh, that's badass.
And it's just a little conversation, kind of thing. And I don't mind duplicate plates. I got another New Hampshire plate up there from Chris over at Eastwind Farms. So we got a few here and there. It's
We'll have to
pretty
get
cool.
you.
It's fun.
We'll have to
Collection's
get you a
growing.
Massachusetts
Collection's
one.
growing.
Yeah.
We'll get you a Massachusetts one. I mean, I only got like 17 followers on YouTube, so I don't know. I just put Barbecue Broker on there. I got more on Instagram anyway.
There you go.
What
There you go.
awesome,
Good stuff,
brother.
dude.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This was a blast, brother.
Hey, thanks for having
Absolutely,
me. It's been a
Rick.
pleasure, and you make me feel like I'm somebody important.
You are, brother. You are.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, bro.
All right, guys.
Take
y'all
care,
be
Rick.
cool, Be safe.
Thanks,
Talk to
brother.
you soon.
All
Catch
right.
up with you later. Awesome.
Wow.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Love Rick.
He's doing some great stuff.
He was one of the first guys I met when I got into the YouTube game, and just a gentleman. Just
Good
a
dude.
gentleman.
Out there hustling, making it happen, following his dream.
For sure.
I love it.
For sure.
What's
All
going
right.
on next week?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
I'm working on that.
okay. Well, let's work on it together,
Well, right now,
partner.
I need to get into goddamn air conditioning
Yeah, do you see the
Yeah.
sweat?
because I'm sweating. Yeah,
I'm sweating.
I know.
Hey, until next week. Oh, you got your outro.
That's it for this
Read your
week,
thing.
folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. You have all our episodes right there at your fingertips.
Right there.
On social media, find us at everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Right there, right here, right there, over here, over there, over there.
And you
everywhere.
better look down there, because half of you watchers don't look down there.
Over the
look
hills
down
and
there.
far away. Questions and comments, send them to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button.
Share it up.
Absolutely. I'm going to go jump in a lake.
I might follow you. Cannonball.
Get him all. All right. Next.
Until next week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.